Previously on Heritage Ways, I sat down with my 15-year-old nephew Clark to talk about books that he would recommend for young men his age. This led to an amazing conversation about where Clark spent his 15th birthday last year, and it all began with his love for a book. But is there any other place represented on this table that you've been and you can tell us about?
Actually, this book, so in September, my dad and I, we took a trip with Stephen Ambrose Tours.
That's a tour company then?
It is, okay. It is. We retraced the steps of the Band of Brothers. The Band of Brothers were a parachute infantry company. So what that means is they would drop in behind enemy territory and disrupt the enemy. So it's based in World War II. So we went to Georgia, where they trained, and then we went to Aldeburgh, England, where they trained even more, and then they took off for D-Day, and then we went to Normandy, and then for Operation Market Garden, which was another airborne operation, we went to the Netherlands and Belgium, and we went to Bastogne, and we also went to Germany and Austria.
This book came to life.
It did. It was an eye-opening experience. If you've, there's also a movie series on Band of Brothers done by HBO. One of my very favorite movies.
Well, disclaimer: it has language,
so
we're not recommending that without parental supervision.
Right. Well, once again, same with the book. Dad watched it, and then I would watch it. He before a scene came up, he would say, "This is what's gonna happen." We did have to skip a couple scenes, I think.
Where did you spend your 15th birthday in September?
Actually, I spent my 15th birthday in Germany. The tour worked out, so we were in Dachau on my birthday. So that kind of put a dampener on it. But we actually celebrated the next day. We went to Berchtesgaden, which was the home of Hitler. So I actually celebrated my birthday at the Eagle's Nest, which was Hitler's mountain retreat. So he had the Eagle's Nest, which was like a tea room, and then he had the Berghof, which was like his actual house. And we actually got to eat lunch at his tea room, and it's really interesting. Wow. You can see several cities from the Eagle's Nest. It was really
That's fascinating.
Great experience.
What I think is kind of neat on a personal family note, so my dad, Clark's grandfather, after my mother passed, he married a wonderful lady, and that actually he had known growing up. And so my dad knew that family. Her name is Kathy, my dad's wife.
Right.
And so Kathy's uncle, actually, and I don't want to get this wrong, but I want to say she had 3 uncles, including, and plus her father, to go to serve. I hope I didn't get that wrong. So her father and 3 of her uncles to serve. And one, you can tell this better than I can, but one was where you were. He never came home. He died there. And you were able to show respect and lay flowers, right?
Yes.
So did I get any of that wrong?
I don't think so. But
so where was the location?
It was in, I think it was, we went to a lot of cemeteries in Europe, but I think it was Margraten Cemetery that we went to.
I just thought that was very neat because the family had never been able to be there after all these years.
My dad and I were the first ones to see Lester Reed's grave. That's his name.
Yes. So I thought that was kind of neat, and I was happy for Kathy and her family that you could be there and honor and show respect and honor. So, well, thank you so much for sharing with us, Clark. I think this is awesome. We hope that you got some great ideas. If you want to leave comments or questions, is that okay? Can you log on and answer their questions under this video? So you can leave comments and questions under this video. He's happy to answer those questions because Clark is a brilliant young man, and he has been educated well. And have you always been homeschooled? I can't remember.
Since first grade, I think.
Okay. All right.
To fellow young men, remember that reading is knowledge, and knowledge is power. So
there you go. That's true. All right, so thank you so much, Clark, and we hope that you will subscribe and come back next time for another video to honor home, celebrate heritage, and spread hope. Thanks so much, y'all.
Bye.
Let's read a scripture from God's holy word. Psalm 33:12. Blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord, the people he chose for his inheritance.